Let it be remembered that death and life both become a flame together. They are never separate. If you are very, very minimally alive at the minimum, then you can see death and life as being separate. The closer you come to the peak, the closer they start coming. At the very apex they meet and become one. In love, in meditation, in trust, in prayerfulness, wherever life becomes total, death is there. Without death, life cannot become total. But the ego always thinks in divisions, in dualities. It divides everything. Existence is indivisible. It cannot be divided. You were a child, then you became young. Can you demark the line when you became young? Can you demark the point in time where suddenly you were no longer a child and you had become young? One day you became old. Can you demark the line when you became old? Processes cannot be demarked. Exactly the same happens when you are born. Can you demark when you are born? When life really starts, does it start when the child starts breathing? The doctor spanks the child and the child starts breathing. Then life is born. Or is it when the child got into the womb, the mother became pregnant, the child was conceived? Did life start then? Or even before that? When does life exactly start? It is a process of no ending and no beginning. It never starts. When is a person dead? When the breathing stops. Many yogis have now proved it on scientific grounds that they can stop breathing, and they are still alive, and they can come back. So the stopping of the breathing cannot be the end. Where does life end? It never ends anywhere. It never begins anywhere. We are involved in eternity. We have been here since the very beginning, if there was any beginning. And we are going to be here to the very end if there is going to be any end. In fact, there cannot be any beginning and there cannot be any end. We are life. Forms change, bodies change, minds change. What we call life is just an identification with a certain body, with a certain mind, with a certain attitude. And what we call death is nothing but getting out of that form, out of that body, out of that concept. You change houses. If you get too identified with one house, then changing the house will be very painful. You will think that you are dying because the old house was what you were. That was your identity. But this doesn't happen because you know that you are only changing the house, you remain the same. Those who have looked within themselves, those who have found who they are, come to know an eternal, non-ending process. Life is a process, timeless, beyond time. Death is part of it. Death is a continuous revival, a help to life to resurrect again and again, a help to life to get rid of old forms, to get rid of dilapidated buildings, to get rid of old confining structures, so that again you can flow, and you can again become fresh and young, and you can again become virgin,